Tom Brady is out the door. He's no longer a member of the New England Patriots. He's moving on, and we don't know where that's going to be yet, but we're going to continue our coverage of this shocking news. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Mike Petralia and Evan Lazar. Guys, obviously the news came out on Tuesday morning that Tom Brady was leaving the Patriots, but then as we've started to learn more, it was clearly Brady's decision to do so. So who's to blame for driving Brady out of Foxborough?
Well, I think Father Time, and I think it was a mutual decision. I'm of the belief that Bill Belichick didn't want the drama there anymore. That was pretty evident throughout last season if you paid close attention to the details. And Belichick's mood at times when asked about Tom and how he was performing, how the offense was performing. And then when you take a look at Brady at the end of last year, he was not enjoying himself. And so I think they obviously came to a conclusion mutually that this marriage was over. It was a great marriage. It was a tremendous run, but I think it was a mutual decision. I don't think either side has any more share of the blame pie than the other.
Yeah, I'm with Trags on this one for the most part. I think the hardest part for both sides was just accepting the fact that they might be better off without each other at this point of both of their careers, because they just have been so successful with each other. It's hard to just break up from that, right? It's hard to break up from a relationship that lasted 20 years that you feel so closely about. But I think for Brady, what ultimately was the final nail in the coffin was that Belichick just wasn't rolling out the red carpet. He wasn't going to kiss the rings. He wasn't going to make this huge big pitch to Tom Brady to stay in New England. Tom, I love you. I need you to stay. We want you to stay. That was never going to happen. It didn't happen. And when Brady didn't feel the love from Belichick, he was like, you know what? I don't want this anymore. I don't want this relationship anymore. And Tom Curran kind of compared it to like a father-son relationship back in the 1950s where the kid never knows if the father truly likes him or not. And I think that's where we sort of got to with Brady and Belichick, is that Brady just wanted Belichick's approval. He just wanted to hear Belichick say, I love you, Tom. You're the best ever. You're an amazing quarterback, an amazing football player. And other than in team-issued statements after the fact, Brady never heard it.
Well, and the other thing I would say in this case is Tom was not having fun. And as much as people want to make this about Tom wanting more money or wanting a better deal and Tom wanting to play for a contender, I don't think it was either one of those cases.
Relationships.
It's relationships, but it's Tom Brady not enjoying playing the game of football. And toward the end of last year, you didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to determine that Tom Brady was not having fun every time he stepped on the field for a game. And that was very much unlike his attitude for, I think, the previous 19 seasons.
So it's clear that Tom Brady and the Patriots their relationship in some way suffered, even though it was an amicable departure, according to Robert Kraft. But who do you think won, per se, in this scenario? Because there's a lot of chatter about, is Belichick the master behind the dynasty, or is Tom Brady? And now Evan and I talked about it a little bit in a separate video this morning, whether or not there's going to be a little bit of competition between the two, who can be more successful in this upcoming season. Who do you think now is in the best case scenario for the 2020 season? Tom Brady with whatever team, or the Patriots now starting over with a younger quarterback?
I think Bill Belichick is clearly in a more stable and defined situation going forward. I mean, he can choose his quarterback. He's got one that apparently they like in Jarrett Stidham. They like his potential for development. They can go out in free agency. They can go out in the trade market. They can acquire a second quarterback. And Belichick knows pretty much what he has in terms of personnel going into the 2020 season. Right now, I don't think Tom Brady knows what his season is going to be like in 2020 unless he already has a team in mind and he's going to sign right away. We don't know that to be the case yet.
Exactly. I think Tom Brady, if he was going to go to San Francisco or to Tennessee, or he had a ready-made team that was equipped to run to a Super Bowl with him next season, I would say Tom's probably in a better spot to win a ring next year than Bill Belichick. But the uncertainty and the teams that are on the table, Tampa Bay, the Los Angeles Chargers, maybe the Vegas Raiders sneaking back in there, Miami, these are teams that are not going to win a Super Bowl in 2020 unless Brady turns back the clock and turns back to 2016 Brady or 07 Brady or something along those lines and lights it up for another MVP season, to kind of end his career here. I don't see that necessarily happening. I think a lot of those teams have a ton of flaws, both roster construction wise and coaching wise, that are going to be hard to overcome. So Bill Belichick's going to have to adjust. Obviously, there's going to be a huge adjustment period. I'm not trying to belittle the fact that this is going to be a big step for the Patriots to it's going to be a step down no matter who the next guy is. They're not going to replace Tom Brady. That's just not going to be a seamless transition. But at the same time, I do think that I'm more inclined to believe that Bill Belichick is going to win 11 games next year and make the playoffs than I am Tom Brady.
We'll continue to keep you updated on Tom Brady and the Patriots free agency on our website at clnsmedia.com and on our YouTube channel at Patriots Press Pass.